I think what she was referring to is that a lot of times people tend to get caught up in all the small decisions that they have to make on a day-to-day basis. So like she said, if you like, okay, well, this morning I wake up at 3, or tomorrow I'm gonna wake up at 5, or this, rather than saying, okay, well, I'm gonna wake up at 6 every single morning. That removes a decision you have to make the night before about what time you're gonna wake up. You say, the moment I wake up, I'm gonna go take my shower. That removes the decision that you have to go take a shower. It's all the small things that you constantly worry yourself about throughout the day. So what she's saying is that when you set your schedule and you set up a routine for all the small stuff, you start to realize how much time you have to actually make other decisions. So I think that's what she was saying. I don't think she necessarily, because I mean, you can honestly do absolutely nothing profound, but if you make a schedule, but if you schedule yourself, it opens up your day to be able to do other stuff.
Removing low level decisions fatigue. Removing low level decision fatigue. Let me go ahead and play this clip.
A bunch of military men are so much more successful than, say, the everyman. It's because they've become so used to routine. My daily schedule used to vary wildly. And then I realized by watching my husband, he does the same thing every day, every chance he gets. It's called removing low-level decision fatigue. And so instead of deciding, well, today I'm gonna work out at 12 and tomorrow I'm gonna do it at 7, he's like, every morning, 7:30, I go and work out no matter what. Removing those small decisions allows you to open up the big decisions. My daily schedule today now looks like I get up at 6 every single morning. I go work out at 7, 7:30. I hit work from 8:15 to 8:30. The more I can keep my day simple, the easier it becomes all the deviations in life. Lots of people say, I don't want the routine to be the same every single day. But what you find out is that if you keep the exceptions, living by the rule opens up massive freedom.
All right, removing low level decision fatigue. Let's go ahead and dive into it. What do you guys thoughts about that? Y'all like that? Y'all think there's some truth to it? Do you guys practice that? I know Mr. Let Go is pretty structured throughout the day.
I like it.
I'm all over the place. I don't even know what I'm gonna do.
Go ahead, Penny.
I literally have no idea what I'm gonna do.
I think most of the day I am looking for something different, and I get up in the morning and I say, what will make this day the best day? And so what can I do to make this day the best day? But I think I might try that and just go by routine and see if it does open up other opportunities to do other things. So I like that mind frame, or the frame of mind, should I say.
All right. Go ahead, Precious. You want to?
I think discipline in that way is important because you focus on what's important, your tasks that you need to get done, and you don't let other things affect you because you know you have to get certain things done every day. And using the military is a good example because they're up early, and they know they have to be up early, so they don't complain about it like a regular person, like, oh, I'm not a morning person. I just, those things can actually weigh you down. It's like they said, low level, removing the low level fatigue. So you don't even realize how much is weighing you down rather than you just getting up early and just having that, extra push for the day, extra energy for the day and seeing more of the day than a regular person does. So I would agree with that, having those routine schedule. If you're not, some people they're just not used to it. Even in childhood, they don't have a routine of getting up, making their bed. You'd be surprised at how many people don't make their bed in the morning. And that's actually supposed to be a part of your routine. And it's simple, but it's something that you should do every day. And a lot of people get out of the bed and they don't make their bed every morning. So it kind of tells you what kind of day you're going to have too. So I think it's important. And I think that a lot of people should adopt, some type of discipline, routine, or task driven type of day, at least, 4 out of the 7 days. So you get used to thinking focus minded and not, your thoughts aren't drifted and your day is kind of all over the place. And then you look at the end, you're like, well, what did I do today? So I agree with that.
I want to say, I don't want to say it's a military thing. I know military does give you discipline, but it's a person. It's like an individual thing. So there's military people that will go to work and do the same thing every day, but outside of military, they nothing like that. So I know she's probably saying that because that's how her husband is, but the picture painted, is not all the way that way. There's people who are in the military life. They're in the military, you got military spouses, you got military brats, and they actually see the day-to-day life on people that are in the military. So I don't want to just pin it on military only. I do believe that discipline and having a schedule is great, because now you can really have your goals set. So if you have a goal and you want to get to that and be successful in it, sometimes you have to write down steps. In order to conquer your steps, you have to make sure that you put them down and you put it in a schedule from point A to point, to Z. So you want to make sure that everything is done properly. Because if you go out of order, sometimes your goals will not even get done. So I do think that everybody should definitely have a schedule. And yeah.
So I don't think that's what she meant by that when she said removing low-level decision fatigue. I think what she was referring to is that a lot of times people tend to get caught up in all the small decisions that they have to make on a day-to-day basis. So like she said, if you like, okay, well, this morning I wake up at 3, or tomorrow I'm gonna wake up at 5, or this, rather than saying, okay, well, I'm gonna wake up at 6 every single morning. That removes a decision you have to make the night before about what time you're gonna wake up. You say, the moment I wake up, I'm gonna go take my shower. That removes the decision that you have to go take a shower. It's all the small things that you constantly worry yourself about throughout the day. So what she's saying is that when you set your schedule and you set up a routine for all the small stuff, you start to realize how much time you have to actually make other decisions. So I think that's what she was saying. I don't think she necessarily, because I mean, you can honestly do absolutely nothing profound. But if you schedule yourself, it opens up your day to be able to do other stuff. So instead of you trying to scrounge and figure out, okay, well, I know I normally work out at 5 o'clock in the morning, but now it's already 10 o'clock. So I guess I can work out at 12. You already worked out at 5. So now you ain't got to worry about working out, getting in the way of you having to make decisions for whatever you may be grocery shopping for today or whatever, because you've already put that away earlier in your schedule. So I think that's what she meant by that. It's just removing all the small decisions by automatically putting it on the schedule in your day. That way, now you have freedom throughout the day to make other decisions that you wouldn't have otherwise had time for.
I also took from that's kind of what she was saying. Like, we overcomplicate everything, and once you start trying to negotiate with yourself, you basically you miss the opportunity. And I think I understand it, because that's how I live my life. Every day I have a schedule, whether it's in regards to me getting up to work out. I'm up. I don't negotiate with myself. I'm up, my feet on the floor, no later than 7:30. So if I done slept past 7:30, whatever else I have to do for the day, if it's leisure, it can't get done, because at that point I done sat there and I done wasted my time. And then going throughout the day, you have to be a little bit more calculated about how you invest into your time. Like, are you wasting your time? Are you actually investing into yourself? And I think a lot of times we make things overcomplicated because we're looking at how we can integrate leisure things into things that are priority.
All right, go ahead, Casey.
No, I was just gonna really add to what Sweeney and Precious was saying. Something to make it really simple to paint the picture. What I took from it is just think about like meal prepping and what you're gonna eat if you have a goal to lose weight. So if you already set the tone to say, this is what I'm gonna pack this food, I'm making this food for the week. This is what I'm eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Most people are not successful at losing weight because what do they say? Oh, I got out. I didn't know what I was going to eat. I grabbed something quick or I don't know what to eat. So at lunch, what are you going to eat? It's always about what are you going to eat? What are you going to eat? Because that's something that you do. Either you're fasting, you eat one time a day. So that meal is very special, or you're eating, multiple small meals 4 to 6 times a day. So removing those decisions ahead of time will make you a lot closer to your goals and make room in your brain for other smart decision making.